So what is Glinda's attachment style? We're going to talk about that today, and this video does contain spoilers for the musical film Wicked, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, this is your warning. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm John O'Brien, and here we discuss attachment theory and relationship dynamics so that you can build healthy relationships. If you're new to attachment theory, there's 4 main attachment styles that we cover. There is only one secure attachment style, and that is the secure attachment style. Now, someone with a secure attachment style is pretty secure with themselves and with their relationships, so they usually end up having pretty healthy relationships. The anxious preoccupied is preoccupied with a relationship or the idea of a relationship, so they really struggle with independence and with self-identity. The dismissive avoidant is hyper independent. So they fear getting too close in relationships. They struggle with vulnerability and intimacy, and they're very hesitant to get too close to people because they fear that ultimately they'll get hurt. And the fearful avoidant is a mix of both anxious and dismissive. So they have both of these attachment wounds, anxious and dismissive. They kind of switch between both. That's why this is the disorganized attachment style. And if you didn't know, everybody has an attachment style, including Glinda. So that's who we're talking about today. Now, Glinda, as performed by Ariana Grande, it was so beautifully performed. That's what we're going to talk about. What is her attachment style? Now, when we first meet Glinda, it is clear that she very much thrives off of the validation and attention from her peers. So that tells us that she may struggle with her self-esteem. And even after her first meeting with Elphaba, we can see that Glinda's pretty worried about what Elphaba thinks of her. And of course, Elphaba called Glinda out in their first meeting, suggesting that Glinda very much does care what others think of her, probably too much. Now, it's okay to care what others think of you. To some healthy degree, you should. But Glinda seems to care excessively, and this creates an insecurity. Now, let's get into Glinda's romantic relationship dynamics, because that's how you can really measure someone's attachment style. So, when Fiyero first arrives at Shiz University, before Glinda even meets him, right, Glinda already seems to be anxiously attached to him. So she's getting ready, she's doing her makeup, her bathing herself in perfume, picking the right outfit. It's so cute. And this is all because she is pre-attaching herself to Fiyero. And they do hit it off pretty good, right? But after the dance at the All's Just Ballroom, Glinda confesses to Elphaba that she and Fiyero are getting married, and that Fiyero doesn't even know yet. Now, this is common with the anxious preoccupied attachment style. They tend to move too quickly in relationships. Like after the first date, they're already daydreaming about moving in together, about marriage, and they're kind of planning these events in their head. And look, we're all guilty of daydreaming, okay? About daydreaming about a crush. That's human nature. But the anxious preoccupied kind of takes the daydreaming a little too seriously. So yes, we all daydream about a crush, okay? Don't deny it. It's okay. But someone with a secure attachment style understands that, hey, it's just daydreaming for now. It's nice to think about, but a healthy relationship takes effort and struggle, vulnerability, patience, teamwork, and time. And an anxious preoccupied, however, again, they kind of take the daydreaming too seriously, and it's as if these events that they're daydreaming are already happening, right? And that's what's going on with Glinda. That's what she's doing here. She's expressing too much excitement about being married to Fiyero, and they've only known each other for, a day or two? Now, before Glinda and Elphaba board the train to the Emerald City, Glinda is complaining that Fiyero has become distant, okay? This is later in the film. And we can see how worried Glinda is, okay? So she's starting to hold on tighter to this relationship, right? Because she's starting to grow more anxious about Fiyero's distance. Because we can clearly see that Fiyero is pulling away from Glinda, and this really activates Glinda's anxious attachment style. And that's what Glinda's attachment style is. Based on this film, Glinda has an anxious attachment style. So it is such a beautiful film. I loved the musical, the film adaptation, all of it. I've actually never seen the Wicked, the musical myself. I've listened to the soundtracks, but so I knew every song, but I've never seen the film, the musical. This is my first time seeing it on film. So I'm really curious to see what happens in part 2. I'm really looking forward to see how the characters develop and what comes of the relationships. So maybe Glinda develops a secure attachment style. I certainly hope so. But I hope I brought some good into your life today. If so, please like and subscribe, and please share your thoughts in the comments section. Just please be careful when commenting, because not everybody has seen Wicked the musical, so be careful with spoilers. A lot of people are seeing Wicked for the very first time, so just be careful about spoilers for part 2. And I will be covering the other characters and their attachment styles of the other characters in this film, so stick around for that, and I'll see you in the next video.